That's Sir Boland. He has a dreadful temper.
He's hardly the sort of man who will take kindly to strangers interfering in his personal affairs.
No, I know. But we have to interfere for Melissa's sake. She'd rather die than marry that old monster. Come on, Friar, ring the bell.
Alwyn, it's Uncle again. He sounds in a temper.
Yes, Melissa.
Oughtn't you to go to him?
Of course.
Oh, if only you weren't just a squire.
If only you weren't his niece.
You'd better go to him. I'll go and see who's at the gate.
Calls himself a squire.
Yes, Sir Boland, you called for me?
You know blasted well I did.
I'm afraid I was thinking of something else.
You don't have to tell me. I've only got to look at these weapons to see your mind isn't on your duties as a squire. They haven't been polished in days.
I'm sorry, Sir Boland. I'll do it right away.
You'd better, my lad. You'd better.
Uncle Boland?
What is it?
Lady Marian's brought us a visitor, Friar Tuck.
He's looking for a post as chaplain here. I can't afford it. Can't afford anything on what this manor brings in.
I am not seeking a place, Sir Boland. My visit is more to do with family matters. It concerns,
Melissa's future, Sir Boland. I took the liberty of bringing the friar to speak to you about it.
Squire, you're excused. Find something useful to do.
Yes, my lord.
You too.
But
At once. I don't know what possible interest these people could have in your future, but whatever it is, it's no concern of yours.
I'll come straight to the point, Sir Boland. I understand that you are considering marrying that tender young girl to a man fully 30 years older than herself.
Yes, that's correct. In her father's absence, I'm her guardian, with sole authority.
Oh, we do not question your legal rights.
It's not only the man's age, Sir Boland. Sir Louis, as you very well know, is a supporter of Prince John's. What do you think Melissa's father, fighting in the Holy Land, would say?
Oh, my brother left me no political instructions when he entrusted his daughter to my care. Neither did he leave me any money to support her. One of Sir Louis's virtues as a husband is that he's rich enough to take care of her. Another, frankly, is that he's giving me 500 gold crowns for the privilege.
But suppose she were in love with someone else?
Wouldn't make the slightest difference, Lady Marian. The agreement with Sir Louis is final. He's coming here from Lincoln tomorrow to take Lady Melissa and give me the money.
Then you're doing a wicked thing, Sir Boland. You have no right to bargain away this girl's happiness.
I have no right. And may I ask you what right you have to come meddling in a family matter? I must ask you both to leave before I forget my respect for your cloth and your rank, my lady.
And that leaves us only one thing to do.
And apart from everything else, Robin, Melissa's father's one of King Richard's most devoted knights. He'd never dream of marrying her up to a henchman of Prince John's.
It's monstrous, Robin, selling a sweet young girl to an evil old man like Sir Louis.
What I hear, he's certainly no fit husband for a young girl. Well, it looks as if we're going to have to take a hand in this. Can you tell me something about the man himself?
Well, people say that he's desperately afraid of death and old age. That could be why he's buying himself a young bride. Perhaps he feels that by some magic, he can borrow her youth for himself.
He certainly believes in magic. They say there's always some sorcerer or magician in the castle, working at potions and spells for one thing or another.
Good. Vanity's one of the most useful weaknesses there are. So is superstition. Now, he's coming tomorrow from Lincoln, you say. And he'll have to go past the Blue Boar Inn.
Is there anything the matter, your worship? You look ill.
Terrible omen. A black cat has just crossed my path.
But you're shaking, your lordship. Can I help you?
Luckily, I saw it in time. Now I shall have to find a new road to Sir Boland's castle. Perhaps you can help me if you're familiar with these parts.
I'm afraid not, your worship. I only know my own village and the pathway from here to there. Ah, but there's a friar who knows this countryside like the back of his hand.
Thank you. I'll speak to him. You may hold my horse. Good morrow, Father.
Good day, Sir Knight.
I'll sit with you for a moment. I've just had a bad fright.
Now, what could frighten a gallant knight in these quiet surroundings?
Nothing mortal, I can assure you of that. But some evil spirit put a curse on my path.
110.
Yes.
I say he's 110 if he's a dead.
My
I
dear
say
sir,
far
there
more
is
than
much loose
95.
talk
My
about
grandfather
curses
told me
and
he never
evil
made a mistake.
spirits.
Don't tell me. I know a bad omen when I see one. I've
I'll tell
studied
you what.
witchcraft all my life.
I'll wager you Robin Hood was born when
And
William
as
the
for-
Conqueror was still alive. And he doesn't look a day over 30.
What are those churls talking about?
It sounded like something to do with the outlaw Robin Hood. As I
And
was
what's
saying,
more, some of these men are
curses.
even older than that.
He said somebody was 110 years old, but didn't look a day over 30.
Oh, these tavern stories are based on the wildest rumors. Pay them no heed.
But supposing it were true, eternal youth, the secret that's been lost to mankind since the days of Methuselah, supposing this were it. Hey, you! Step over here.
Are you speaking to me?
Yes, sir. You may sit down. We were interested in what you were saying.
That old wives' tale about Robin Hood and his outlaws.
I don't tell tales. I only say what I know.
Come, man. You know that Robin Hood is more than 100 years old.
Aye, that I do. Same with the rest of the men in his band. Because they took the elixir, that's how.
The elixir. The elixir of youth. That's what it's called in all the books. I've spent a fortune trying to recapture the formula.
I don't hold with any of these so-called magic drafts.
You didn't see what I saw. A man drink the elixir and fall into a deep sleep. Before he was like you know, old and...
He means in the afternoon of life.
Put it any way you like. Anyway, afterwards, when he woke up, he was a youth, a beardless boy, all his strength and spirit back.
But what about you? Why didn't you ask for some of the elixir for yourself?
Well, I don't hold with going against nature.
Very wise. I feel sure that the good Lord intended us to age gracefully and show our years to the world, as you do, Sir Louis.
Perhaps. But to bring back one's early manhood, to start all over again on the path of love and glory.
Have a care, Sir Louis. A man who talks like that can be tempted by this devil's brew.
And why not if it actually exists? But how could one learn a secret that belongs to outlaws?
Well, that would be difficult. Very difficult.
I must warn you, Sir Louis.
Look, I'm not a rich man, but if you could get hold of some of this elixir...
No,
from
no. I couldn't do anything like that. I'll tell you what, though. I might arrange for you to meet the outlaws.
Oh, you could. Do you think they'd get the elixir for me?
Well, they wouldn't give it to you.
Oh, well, naturally. How much?
Oh, I don't know. It's hard to say. Maybe 500 gold crowns.
500?
Of course, that's only a guess.
But how do I know that I'd get what I was paying for? They might just steal my money.
Well, you could always leave it with someone here for safekeeping till you were satisfied with the arrangements. Perhaps the friar here could look after it for you.
Oh, would you, Father? It so happens I'm carrying that sum with me.
No.
Yes. For some business I was going to conclude today. If you would hold the gold for us,
Well,
Father.
I don't feel that I should in the circumstances, but if you are set on it...
My mind is made up. If the elixir of youth has been rediscovered, I cannot let the opportunity pass by.
Then all I can do is to wish you well and warn you to be on your guard against trickery.
Don't worry about me. I'm not some fool who doesn't know the first thing about magic.
Ah, Marion. Was your errand successful? We've got everything else all ready.
Yes, here's the powder from the apothecary.
Ah, good. Derwent's just reported that little John is on his way here now with Sir Louis.
Oh, fine. What's in that, Robin? It can't do any harm, can it?
No, of course not. It's supposed to taste quite pleasant with this hot spiced wine. Derwent, let's have the mystic flagon. And Will, bring me the sack of grain for our guest's pillow. Make sure you get the right one.
Oh, no, this is the wrong sack. These are the leaves. Oh, by St. Cuthbert, that's heavy.
We sprinkled a few stones through it just to make sure.
There they come.
Time for me to disappear.
Will, hey. I just hope all the lads remember their roles. Now, you'd better go to Melissa and wait there for Friar Tuck. Tell her that we're doing everything we can to make sure that she gets the husband she wants.
All right.
Greetings tonight. I trust our precautions haven't inconvenienced you.
You are Robin Hood. It was good of you to receive me.
Oh, any friend of Big James is a friend of mine.
Oh, my friend would like to buy some of your elixir.
Would like to buy some. Oh, I'm afraid that's not possible. No, that's what you might call a trade secret. Oh, but surely, since you're here, you'll stay and eat something with us. You have the advantage of me. I don't know your name.
Sir Louis d'Epinay of Ashcroft Manor.
D'Epinay? Sir Armand's son? Why, I believe I knew your father.
My father was killed 50 years ago at the Battle of the Standard.
That's the one. Good man with a battle axe. Ah, our cooks are ready for us.
But if you actually knew him,
Won't
then
you sit over here, Sir Louis? Take that seat. Now, our fare is very simple here in the Greenwood. I hope you like venison. Now, what news of the outside world do you bring us, Sir Louis? We're quite cut off here.
Richard's cause is doomed, but he still keeps up a stubborn resistance. It seems the fighting will never end.
It always seems to be that way, you know, sir. I remember it was just the same during the Civil War between Stephen and Matilda.
He actually remembers 60 years ago. That youth.
Oh, we have older memories than that here. When I take Walter there, he was a crusader.
What's unusual about that?
With Peter the Hermit on the First Crusade. Why, that would be, 100 years ago, Walter?
I don't know. I stopped counting when I got to 80.
Our real veteran, though, is Arnold. Tell Sir Louis how you got that scar.
We were at York, resting from our victory over the Vikings, when word came that the invader had landed on the southern coast. King Harold marched us to the south and ordered us to build palisades and await the Norman attack.
Heaven favor us. He's talking about the Battle of Hastings in 1066.
Yes. Now, let's see. Arnold was 20 at the time. That would make him 149.
I can't wait any longer. Robin Hood, I must drink this elixir.
Oh, but he hasn't come to the bit about how he got the scar yet.
I was standing near the king when an arrow grazed my shoulder and struck him in the eye.
I'll hear that later. How much do you want for letting me share the secret?
Oh, that? Oh, I'm really not interested in selling it.
I don't think you understand. I'm willing to give you a very large sum of money for it.
I'm sorry, Sir Louis. It's just not for sale, not at any price.
What about Lord Durham?
Oh, well, yeah, but look, he paid 1,000 crowns for it.
1,000? Oh, that's twice what I've got.
You mean you've only got 500 crowns? Where is it?
I left it in the safekeeping of a friar.
That's right, Robin Hood. I saw him.
You know, it's a funny thing about me, Sir Louis. I'm a very impulsive fellow. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. It's giving it away, mind you. But for you, for the token price of 500 crowns, Will, a flask of the elixir for our friend. But you must understand this. We have a reputation for fair play to maintain. You have to be satisfied with everything, otherwise we don't collect a penny. Here we are. You just drink that. Drink it all up. Don't waste a drop. You'll sleep for a while, and then when you wake up, you'll be a young man again. Now, let's see if we can find somewhere where you can be comfortable. I think in the shade of that tree. Just bring that sack along for a pillow, will you?
Oh, I can't budge it.
Oh, dear. Yes, it is heavy. Now, lie down. The elixir takes effect very quickly.
I'm feeling drowsy already.
Yes, that's right. You will. Now, you just lie there, make yourself comfortable, and just sleep. You've got nothing to do but sleep. Let your mind go back through the years, back to the days when you were a young man. You're getting very sleepy. You're in a deep, deep... The razor and the die.
My mouth, dry as dust.
Here, drink some wine. Lads, come and look at the new Sir Louis.
That's better. Robin Hood.
Congratulations. Well, I never would have guessed it.
Why?
What? That you'd been such a handsome youth, or are such a handsome youth, I should say.
Well, it's amazing.
Am I much changed? Tell me frankly.
Well, I just wouldn't have recognized you. You look about 18.
If only I could see myself. Oh, it worked.
And I can tell you in all honesty, Sir Louis, that the elixir has never worked better on anyone than you. Oh, but it's not just a question of how you look. It's, well, now, you tried that sack before. You'll see how you get on with it now.
Oh, it's as light as a feather.
You see, he's got all his old strength back.
Yes, but I still think it's going against nature.
That is what magic is for, you fool.
Sir Louis, you are quite satisfied.
Yes, I'm delighted.
Then perhaps you'll be good enough to scribble a note to the friar. You know, just about the 500 crowns. Just a formality.
Oh, very well.
Just over here.
I must go back to my castle and get some more money.
Well, what for?
The gold I'd pay you was to be a settlement on my future bride's uncle.
A settlement? But you don't think that you have to pay for a wife?
I did agree to.
But you're a very different man to what you were a few hours ago. Why, you're young, handsome, virile. Well, a young gallant like you, it's customary for him to demand a substantial dowry.
That's right, of course. I hadn't thought of it that way. I shall be doing them a favor. I'll go there directly and demand my right.
That's more like it. Now, you won't mind, we have to take precautions.
That's quite all right.
Now, don't forget, Sir Louis, be firm. You're the one who's in the bargaining position now.
I'll handle the old goat.
Goodbye, Sir Louis.
Goodbye, and 1,000 thanks.
He's in for a bit of trouble.
A day or two of disillusionment. But what's that compared with a whole life of misery for two young people who love each other?
And what's that compared to 500 crowns?
I'm afraid, little John, that we're not keeping the money. That gold is going to be put to very good use.
Sir Boland, a knight has just arrived who claims he is Sir Louis.
Claims? Well, you saw him last time he came here. Is he or isn't he, Sir Louis?
I think you'd better see for yourself, Sir Boland.
Look. Behold the bridegroom cometh. I swear to you, I am Sir Louis.
I am not contesting the fact.
Then you believe it. You recognize me.
Yes, it certainly makes you look younger.
Look younger. I am younger. It's a miracle. Look. I drank the elixir of youth.
You've certainly drunk something. You come along and sit down.
Sit down? What for?
Well, you've had a long ride.
You don't understand. It's not just the way I look. I'm young inside, too. I've energy to spare.
Good. Then we can complete the agreement. If you've brought the 500 crowns with you.
Boland, face facts. Don't you realize that that has all got to be rediscussed?
I most definitely do not. You and I had an agreement.
A bargain based on the fact that I was a middle-aged, no, I don't mind admitting it now, an elderly man. But now the circumstances are entirely different. There's no reason for me to pay you a penny at all. In fact, according to custom, I should be receiving a dowry with Melissa. Your niece is nearly 22, you know. That's rather far along the road to spinsterhood.
Are you suggesting that my niece is too old for you?
Oh, she carries her age very well. And the truth is, I find her rather an attractive young woman. I think we'd be well matched with the proper dowry.
Sir Louis, if this is a jest, I find it in extremely poor taste, and I'll ask you to desist.
You refuse to see the merits of my case?
I see that you're a rude, vulgar, doddering old man, and I find drunkenness no excuse for your behavior.
Foolish! Withdraw those words, or prepare to defend them with your sword.
I would do that if you were nearer my age.
You should have thought of that before. To make an excuse of my youth now is pure cowardice.
I'll run you through for that, you mouldering old fool! If it wasn't for your age, I'd finish you off.
I'm young, I tell you. Arm must have gone bad. Cramp. Must have caught that cursed fever.
You must have drunk yourself enough to make you daft. Shaving your beard doesn't make you young. Neither does dyeing your hair. Here, come and have a look, you miserable bag of bones. And then leave my castle. Escort him from the castle. I'll have no traffic with a madman.
Good day, Sir Boland. I fear that we have called upon you at an unfortunate moment.
An evil moment, Friar. That was the man I was counting on to save this manor from ruin. Now there's no hope.
Oh, that's no way for a man of courage to talk. There's always hope.
What if you found a fine young man to marry, Melissa?
A man with a fortune sufficient to restore this estate as you would wish it.
An idle dream. Where am I to find such a favored youth?
Closer than you think. Your own squire.
What?
He's the possessor of a modest fortune.
What?
Some 500 gold crowns, isn't it?
Oh. Alwyn. Why didn't you tell me before?
Well,
It's a recent inheritance.
They want to be married, Sir Boland.
What?
They love each other deeply and deserve your blessing.
500 gold crowns.
Yes, but it's their love that really counts.
Perhaps you're right. I'm beginning to see it your way, Lady Marion.
Sir Louis.
Oh, it's you, Father.
Sir Louis, don't you wish you'd taken my advice about the elixir of youth?
I still don't understand that completely.
Well, let me give you one further word of advice. There is a proverb which says, it is better to be old and wise than to be young and foolish.
True, true.
That was the opinion of a very old scholar in Arabia.
Arabia? Oh, Arabia. That reminds me, I must make plans at once to go there.
What?
I have it on the very best authority that there is in Arabia a genuine fountain of youth.
Riding through the glen, Robin Hood, with his band of men, feared by the bad, loved by the good. Robin Hood, Robin Hood, Robin Hood.